Hey guys, Rich Pacina here, your YouTube vlogger creator. Today I want to talk about different formats that Sony offered with their cameras to record on. And I came across this video and I'm going to share it with you right now. But before we get started, if this is the first time hitting my YouTube channel, I just want to say welcome. And for all of those out there who recently subscribed to my channel, I do appreciate it. I hope you like the content. You come back for more. And this video is being edited with Filmora 14. Yes, I didn't know. I came across a camera and I seen them in the thrift stores. One I bought and the other one I didn't because I felt like it was too old, whatever. I didn't want to buy it. And I want to share with you guys, but before we get to that video, I want to show you a couple. I only have a couple of cameras here. I want to show you the different formats that these cameras record data on, or videos in that case. So let me go to Cam 5 here and put my glass on for this here. Over here, this one here is one of my favorite. As you can see, I talked a lot about this one here. I talked about this one yesterday. This is the one I did a video on. And a lot of you probably know, well, I already know what media this is on, what it records on, because it's right here, but we'll get to that in a second. But for the people who hit the YouTube channel for the first time, you might not. And this here, what you see here, these cameras here, this little one here, these are all thrift store fine irons here I picked up. This one here, as you can see over here, it says 60x optical zoom. It's a 60 gigabyte, up to 45 hours, according to this here, recording, right? Recording here, yeah. And it's a handy cam, and this is the DCR SR47 hard disk drive one here. And this is, it has it back here like this here. You can see, I don't know if you can see that there, right? So all the data, or I should say videos, and this one here has an SD card in there, like this here. You can see that if you can get it out of here. Got to do like this sometimes. Whoops, there it goes. I can't get it out. It goes on one of these here. And this here, I would never recommend people to do videos on this here. You could, but in this particular case, I would say this is basically good for still shots. Okay. But let me tell you, there is one camera, I'm going to show you in a little bit, where you can use it for a video, okay? You could use it for video. So let's put that back in there. Okay, so this little guy here, sorry about the finger smudges on here, but what am I going to do? It's for demo purposes anyway. So that's what this one here, this holds everything on here. It's all on a hard drive. Unlike this one, if you're here for the first time, this little guy, there's another one of my favorites, uses a mini DV right here. It's got one in there already. Little Sony one, right? Is that there? This is what records, video on this here. Okay, so that's what goes on that one there. And this little guy, really quick, this is a Sony. Print is so small on here. In case you guys want to know, I got to use the magnifying glass. My eyes are getting bad as I get older, of course. This is it's a digital still camera, DSC. It's the DSC-T900. Great little camera. And on eBay, there's people out there selling these things for crazy prices. I mean, really crazy prices. And again, this was a thrift store find. I got it for really super cheap, and I picked it up. And I said, you know what? At the time, I didn't know if it was going to work or not. It's one of those deals where I had to get the K-Star battery and charger to make it work, because this didn't come with any power adapter to plug it in to actually, to make sure it works. So this was purchased an as-is product, and I took a gamble on it, and it worked. But if you look over here, if you could see it up there, my webcam will zoom in or whatever. It's got wide and telephoto, and over here when you switched it right over here, you could go to photo, and if you switch it that way, you could switch it to video. Now, if you were to ask me, I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. This camera here is good for photos. That's what that little SD card is good for the photos in this one here. All right. This one, however, because, and I'm not saying that's the way it is, but because it offers photos, which is good, it takes great photos. It's a 12 point something megapixel here. Yeah, it's a 12 point something. I forget offhand. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. It's right in front of me. Yeah, it's 12.1 megapixel. Okay, and if you switch it here, you could do video. You could record video on it. Now, here is the card. Again, it does take great video. Depending on how big the micro card is or SD card, that's how much use you're going to get. This one here I picked up, and some of these cards ain't that cheap either. This is an 8 gigabyte one right here. This is 8 gigs. It's an 8 gig. It's a Lexar, whatever. What is it? Yeah, Lexar, whatever. It's an 8 gig. If you get a high gigabyte SD card like this here, you can record videos on it. It does take, as far as I'm concerned, excellent video. Now, some people out there may beg to differ on it, but that's my personal take on it. All right, so let me go back over here, and this is the video that sparked me to do this video, to make this video about the Sonys. And I got a couple sites up there and show you where you could even still get the user manuals for these things. Now it goes on to say here, the SD card was invented in 1999, Sony in 1998. This is a digital Mavica card camera here, and I'm gonna mute the sound on it, and I'm just gonna show you because I don't want to get any community guidelines, so I'm gonna mute it and check this out. Check this out. Look at it. This is what goes in there. It snaps a picture, records it. There it is. Now, the reason I'm showing this is because I came across these cameras. I had no interest in them, and I didn't. Honest to God, I didn't know what media it takes. I didn't, because you see them on a thrift shelf, thrift store. You see them on the shelves, and you look and that's it. You could tell it's an oldie. I mean, but I didn't even take the initiative to look into it to see what kind of media it records on. But that's why I figured, let me do a video on this here. I wanted to pass this on to you guys because, maybe you didn't know that Sony had this back in the day. I didn't know. Like I said, I never bought one of these. I never bought a digital Mavica camera. I seen them. I never bought one. Not that I remember. Like I said, I've been on eBay for 25, 26 years now. I know I sold Sony cameras. There is one I do remember verbatim, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But if you read a little into this here with this particular camera, it goes on to say here the Sony Mavica is a discontinued brand of Sony cameras that used removable disc as the main recording medium. The first Sony Mavica was a video camera that took video freeze frames, not a digital camera. The first consumer used Mavica was marketed as an electronic still camera for the TV age and incorporated auto strobe, fast successive shooting, and timer functions. And as you can see here, just in this little basic thing, you could see what the people are selling these things for. Look at this one here. Look, they're selling a different model, I believe, right? Yeah, they're all different models. $654. Now, whether these people get that or not is another story. Here's one, $599, but you can see the different models. This one here is the MVC FD90. This one's the MVC CD350. Look at the prices of these things. And they're all being sold, from what I can see here, as someone, Amazon and eBay. The crazy prices, right, for an older camera like that. And whether these people, whether these things sell or not, I don't know. I don't do the research as far as that part. But if they're on eBay and Amazon, I'm sure people like myself would be interested. But I personally am not interested in that there right now. Okay, but you could, even though it's an older camera. If you go over here, not this one here, if you go here, is this the Mavica one? I want to get the one I want to show you here. Yeah. Now if you look over here, this is it. All right, this is for that model, the FD73. All right. But if you come here and you pick the, you click on here, operating instructions, here it is for that model. Okay. And this you could download it. It's 80 pages. Or again, like I said in my other videos, you could always just print out one page or just freeze the screen and just read it off of that there for whatever. If you do come across a camera like this, or if you want to buy one, but I'm just trying to say, but this is what they have here. You could still, if you want, you can, if you got the laser printer, and if you don't mind spending the ink, the toner there, and the paper, you could do double-sided. It'll cut it down to 80. It'll cut it down to 40 pages, and you could have something, a hard copy to refer to. But isn't that something? They still have the manual for that there. So I'm going to close these windows out as I go along. But, you know, you could always do the research. I'm not going to leave the links to these here because I don't know if you guys out there, have these type of cameras. But all you'd have to do is just type in, do a Google search and just type in Sony, the model number, and manual. It'll bring you to this page here. So we're going to close this one out. Now, there is this camera right here. If I can get it to show up right here. This one I did sell. I came across one. Again, I took a chance. I didn't know if it was going to work. I purchased it, right, from a thrift store. And that one, I can honestly say, I remember I did have it and I did sell it. And it's funny, the little mini DVD disc that you get there is so small. It's tiny. It's a little guy. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm doing my hand here. It's small, and it fit into these cameras. And again, some of these people, this one just happens to be cheap. It's used, whatever, no charger, but it works. They're telling you that's the reason why it's probably cheaper, because it doesn't have a charger. All right, but yeah, eBay does sell them, and believe it or not, you can get a manual for this as well. You just go over here, you type in DCR DVD 105. I don't know if that's the model of that particular one, and you come over here, and boom, you can get it as well. So I thought, but if you have to get accessories for it, I did a video yesterday on this little guy here, the one I showed yesterday, that I ordered the charger cable. I got the battery cable, coupler, and the cable and the charger itself. So I should be getting that soon, probably with the end. Well, but before the end of the month. Anyway, so you can get that as well. So I'm just going to close these screens out here. Again, folks, if you need information, you could always just look into it and stuff like that for yourself at your own. Here's what I wanted to share with you guys over here. Look at all the cameras that Sony. I put specifically for those who know I love Sony. If you look at here, these are all. It says over here there are 181 cameras with the Sony brand in our database. There's probably more, but if you go over here to the body type, it'll give you their, I guess their rating. But if you click over here, it'll bring up all the DSLR, all the mirrorless ones, the compact ones, the bridge ones, and the waterproof. And then the ratings, you get the rating. You'll also, if you go over here, let's go back here. You get the rating, you'll get the date, I get when it was produced, I believe, the popularity, how popular they are, and you'll see. And if you move down here, you'll see, all the ratings on there and stuff like that, and as to when these cameras were made. Okay, I tried doing something like that for the Sony camcorders, and this particular one, I don't know, unless it's an oversight on my part, I couldn't seem to find it. But you can see here, this gives you a whole idea of when these cameras were made, and so even the ratings too, as well as if people like them or not. See, but if you go over here, if you just if you go to this site, it's called cameradecision.com. You could put over here if you're interested in getting, if you're like, well, if you're a Sony person like me, then you would come here and you could just get a little information on it. You just click on whatever you're looking for. Are you into DSLR? Are you into the mirrorless ones? And you could click it on here. My camera's hosed up. My computer's hosed up. Anyway, that's what you could do with that there if you decide to venture into the Sony cameras. Okay, so that's basically it with that. And like I said again, I did have this here and I did sell it, and it worked. It was with a little disc in it. It was a new one too. They put it, from memory serves me right, and it takes nice, takes nice pictures and stuff like that. Again, it's a mini DVD. So Sony came out with different cameras that had different formats on them. Like I said, again, that little one I have, the little guy, this one here, it records on an SD card, and I took pictures with it and videos with it, and the videos, to be honest with you guys, I was pretty impressed with it. I really was. For a little camera like that, it took a good, took some good video, and it's got the Carl Zeiss lens in there and stuff like that. It's a nice one. It really is a nice camera. I like it a lot. But yeah, one day I'll do the video on it and I'll show you how it comes out and stuff like that there. But anyway, that's all I want to share with you guys right now. If you get a chance and you want to check out my other videos, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. And if you want to be updated when I post any videos, please tap the notification icon. This is Rich Bassini signing off. I'll talk to you guys the next time. Take care and bye-bye for now.